So
today is a little different of a question with midpoint. So in the past we have been given the two endpoints and we were asked to find the midpoint, but now we are given an endpoint and the midpoint and we need to find the other endpoint. So this sounds kind of crazy, but we're just going to set it up the way we did every other problem. So first let's graph the 2 points. We have T over here. S is over here. I'm going to connect them. So I made my figure. And then find the missing endpoint if S is the midpoint of RT. Okay, I'm going to underline the important information. So we have a missing endpoint, and then we are given the midpoint, which is S. Okay, so what do we know about this line? We know that S is the midpoint, so there must be another half of the line that extends up this way, some unknown amount, to the end of the line, which the line is called RT, so I'm going to name this new point that I just made R. So S is the midpoint, so it divides RT into two equal halves. So we just need to find the missing endpoint of R, which is going to be some XY value. So I'm going to write out my formulas, my midpoint formulas. Okay, so what are the 2 points that I'm using? I am using, this video isn't over, it's just the bell. I am using S, which is my midpoint, and that's going to be -1, 5. And I am using T, which is my endpoint, and that's going to be -4, 3. So let me plug these values into the equation, into the parts that I know I have to use. So S is the midpoint. So I know that these values to the left of the equal sign are the coordinates for the midpoint, because those are the points that you've been finding when you solve the midpoint formula. So I'm just going to plug those in. Equals. Now on endpoint T, I know that I have -4, 3. So for my x value, I'm going to do -4 plus x over 2, because I just plugged in the endpoint that I have. And then over here on the y side, I have the y value for the endpoint that is given is 3 plus y over 2. So I'm going to simplify. Okay, and that is going to leave me with -2 equals -4 plus x. On the y side, that will leave me with 10 equals 3 plus y. So I'm going to solve each side. I have +4 plus 4, 2 equals x. And then I have -3 minus 3, 7 equals y. So when I write that as a coordinate, I'm going to have 2, 7. So what is this point that we just found? This point is the missing R value. So it's the missing endpoint. Now, we have our value for R, and it's going to be 2, 7. So in my answer, I'm going to say R is the missing endpoint (2, 7) on line RT. And we're done.